Now, at the top of the recording, actually, I could have even told you this before the recording because I forgot that I had written this down to tell you about. Have you ever heard about a musical called The Last 5 Years?
I have not. I have not heard of this.
Okay, so it's a musical, and the plot is that at the beginning of the musical, the girl and the boy break up. And then the musical goes over the last 5 years, and each song, I believe it's the girls' songs, go backwards. So the first song is her singing about them breaking up, and then what happened before that, and then what happened before that, and the boys' songs go forward, so his first song is about them meeting. And so she sings and he sings, and you find out about them meeting as you find out about them breaking up, and then the holes in the story get filled by the end of the story, okay?
Because as she goes back and he goes forward, eventually they meet in the middle and then pass each other.
Yes, exactly.
That's interesting. That sounds really cool.
But do you want to know something cooler?
Yeah.
Somebody has made a special Hamilton Eliza The Last 5 Years playlist.
Oh, shit.
And it's 9 songs. Let me see if I can find it. I have it, and I listen to it, and it is a great way to, like, the songs become fresh listening to them like this, and it is so sad.
Just reframing their relationship.
Yeah, exactly. Man. And you have to be familiar with the story for it to be poignant. But I mean, you are.
And I've listened to Hamilton at least 7 times now in its entirety, like from beginning to end.
So it's Who Lives, Who Dies, Who Tells Your Story.
Give me a sec, I'm gonna write this down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could actually send it to you.
You should, please. You should do that.
Yes, I'm going to. But it's Who Lives, Who Dies, Who Tells Your Story, then A Winter's Ball, then Burn, The Story of Tonight reprise, the one they sing at the
end of the wedding.
Yeah, at the wedding. And then the one in the middle is Take a Break. Because the idea is, in the last 5 years, the two characters only sing together for one song in the middle.
At the height of their relationship with each other.
Exactly. And it matches up perfectly that they were also able to do this for Hamilton, and it's heartbreaking that that's the one that lines up.
Yeah,
and then That Would Be Enough, and Say No to This, then Helpless, and Best of Wives, Best of Women. I know, I couldn't remember while I was listening to it what the last song was. And I'm like, oh no, it's Quiet Uptown? Because, like, it would make sense, right? But it was Best of Wives, Best of Women, and for some reason, that just broke my heart. It was over.
Because it signifies the end of their relationship, but not in the classical way of two people breaking up, but in the way of, this is the moment when he considers himself to be a dead man, and he does.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, man.
I just figured you'd love that.
I'm hella down. I'm gonna check this out when we're not today, but maybe sometime tomorrow while I'm editing.
But another thing that I found out about.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I was putting the tags on some of the older episodes. I was like updating the tags. I was putting different characters on them so they could be searched. And basically, for the hell of it, not that I thought anybody would search this on iTunes, I put Udamatamakin in.
Oh my god.
And to make sure I spelled it right, I googled his name.
Uh-huh.
And I found his Wikipedia page.
Oh my god.
And the thing is, his Wikipedia page is nuts because I can see where the plot of Pocahontas 2 came from.
Oh my god. You're shitting me.
It's absolutely true, because he actually came with Pocahontas to England. He was a Powhatan holy man, apparently, and he knew John Smith, and it even has that the chief requested him to count the number of people in England, and what he did is he picked up a stick and started making notches in it, and it says he grew weary of the task.
Oh my god. And
the chief also asked him to discover whether Smith was still alive because the natives had been told that John Smith was dead.
What the I just typed myself to this Wikipedia page, and what the holy shit.
I genuinely did not think that particular line of story had anything to do with history, and it kinda does.
The best joke in the movie is a thing that actually happened.
Yeah.
Like, fills me with joy. Holy shit.
They were never given a formal audience with King James, but they actually did meet him at a ball. And what was crazy is there's a quote about him that he said about the king: "You gave Powhatan a white dog, which Powhatan fed it as himself, but your king gave me nothing, and I am better than your white dog." And that's a really interesting thing for him to say. More importantly, though, it seems like Percy the dog was a historical character too. Like, how deep does this particular rabbit hole go?
Well, I mentioned to you during the Pocahontas episode that the raccoon Miko was the name of a Native American spirit, and it was originally supposed to have speaking lines. So I think it does go pretty damn deep.
And it's just...
This is crazy.
It's a little bit fucking crazy.
This is insane. I don't want to think about this anymore.
Okay, we won't. I just needed to bring it up.
Yeah, no, this is cool.
Because I feel like maybe we didn't give the people who wrote Pocahontas 2 quite enough credit. Because apparently they went deep.
They may have went deep, but, like, let's be honest, they didn't do much with it. They could have done much cooler things with what I just read.
They found out that some Native Americans thought John Smith was dead, so they had him fake his own death.
They were like, John Smith... fake death conspiracy. That entire opening sequence with John Smith fencing on rooftops was entirely unnecessary. They could have cut that out.
Yes, it was unnecessary, but...
I'm glad it's there.
And also, I wanted to ask you, how is the gaping hole in your chest doing?
Right, so, as people listening to this will tell, my voice is not at its usual,
Timbre,
yeah. I have very sore throat. That's a side effect from the heavy painkillers I'm on right now. But I'm doing good. The surgeon gave me a clean bill of health with the quote, "Don't overdo it," whatever that means.
Sure. Yes, don't do any, heavy appendix lifting stuff. You can't do any appendix-based activities anymore.
I can't do appendix-based activities for the rest of my life, seeing as I no longer have one. But...
Look, you're just gonna have to lead a different kind of life, Andy.
Yep, a life without an appendix. How will I manage?
Exactly. All I really know about appendicitis is what I've learned from Scrubs. And what I learned from Scrubs is an appendectomy is pretty much the first surgery you learn.
I actually didn't have a full appendectomy. I had a laparoscopic appendectomy, which means that they didn't cut me open. They just poked 3 holes in my body.
Oh, and they just sucked it out?
Sort of. They stapled it in order to both close the connection between the appendix and my other organs, as well as severing it from the other organs. It's a very cool procedure that people can, look up if they want to. So, give me a sec. I need to close the door to the room.
Yeah, I am hearing some, voices. Yeah.
All right. I think I'm ready to get started.
Okay, no, do you want to do it?
No, you're good. You go.
No, I mean, you can if you want.
I'd rather not, really.
Welcome to Direct to Video. I am your host, Tony Robusto.
And I am your sickly host, Andres Reyes.
Yes, Andy comes to us in the form of a particularly weak ghost. This week we're talking about Kronk's New Groove.
Yes, Kronk's New Groove.
I honestly thought would have more charm.
Yeah, I love Patrick Warburton, he's the voice of Kronk. He was in Seinfeld, he was in Sex and the City, he was in Friends. He's pretty much been in every sitcom as some bit character, and I love him every time he shows up on screen. He's fantastic.
Well, and I think I said last time, I love particularly the old Tick show.
Yes.
And he was hilarious as the Tick.
He's a fantastically charismatic actor, and somehow Disney managed to make a movie that revolves entirely around his voice, one of the worst things I have ever let myself watch.
There are so many reasons it wasn't good, but to get into that, we need to talk about why The Emperor's New Groove was good.
The Emperor's New Groove is one of the best Disney accidents to ever happen.
Yes, I will say that is probably the best way to describe it, too. the best Disney accident.
Like, even the entire premise of The Emperor's New Groove, like, if I just pitched it to you, like, hey, we're thinking of making a David Spade comedy starring him and John Goodman, in which a Mayan king, in order to learn how to be a better person, turns into a llama.
And I would say, let's do it, because I've seen The Emperor's New Groove.
True. The movie I remember David Spade being in before The Emperor's New Groove was Joe Dirt, which is terrible. I
remember him from Just Shoot Me. Did you ever see Just Shoot Me?
I never did, actually. No.
He was okay in it. He was like he played the same character he sort of always plays, which is sort of likable, but kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is
David
who
Spade,
Kuzco is, 100%.
Yes. And that's the thing, though, is I think before The Emperor's New Groove came out, like that pitch would have been laughed out of every movie room or wherever magical place people go to pitch movies in Hollywood.
Yeah, the movie room. Somebody calls it that. Some kind, let's say a pitch meeting, maybe?
Yeah, sure, pitch meeting.
It makes it sound like we know what we're talking about.
It makes it sound very official, yes.
Instead of the movie room.
Yeah, like we have secret insider knowledge.
Right.
Of Hollywood.
Because we do, definitely. We have both definitely been to Hollywood.
Yeah, my uncle works at Nintendo, actually. Which isn't Hollywood, but I think the joke lands.
Right. And when I went to Hollywood, I definitely didn't spend the whole time at the La Brea Tar Pits.
I mean, if you did, you'd have a better Hollywood vacation than most people. The La Brea Tar Pits are awesome.
They are awesome, and we can talk about them if we ever do an Ice Age one.
I don't think Ice Age has had a direct-to-video sequel. I think all of them have landed in the theater.
Yeah, they keep sticking them in theaters.
So, and people keep watching them.
Because, I mean, they made one pretty okay movie, and then a bunch of, like, not bad movies.
You know, Ray Romano and John Leguizamo still need work, so...
Right. They gotta eat.
Exactly. So The Emperor's New Groove...
I have a confession about this movie. Most of the notes I took on it are just quotes that I loved, and so I wrote down.
There are a lot of great lines in the movie, and a lot of great bit animation. Like, yes. There's a lot of background animation in the movie.
Well, but what I love about the lines is it sounds like genuine banter. Like the kind of stuff that you usually only get in movies where the actors can see each other and, like, really bounce off of each other.
Yeah, they did. And, like, John Goodman is one of my favorite actors of all time. Like, no joke, whenever John Goodman walks on screen or voices a character, I just love him. He sounds like a really nice uncle.
Yeah, he does. He didn't really do anything in the second movie. He was there. I looked it up to check, and they got him back.
It doesn't sound like him, though.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, that can't be him, right? And it was, and he just doesn't do anything.
Oh my god, they got David Spade back, too. What the hell?
I knew they got David Spade back because I recognized him immediately as Kuzco, and all the Kuzco scenes were the things that entertained me in that movie.
Really? I didn't like them at all.
Really? Because I was like, oh, I'm so sick of, like, this BS stuff. And then Kuzco pops up, and I'm like, oh, hey, be an asshole a little bit, so I can get some, God, what do you call it, like, cleanse my palate?
I see, the reason I didn't like it is because, he comes off as, like, I should have learned my lesson in the last movie, but let's be honest, audience, I didn't learn my lesson. Like, I don't know. It shallowed his character a little bit. Not as much as Emperor's New School, but, you know.
I didn't think so, and the reason I didn't think so was, at the end of Emperor's New Groove, he has learned his lesson. He's not about destroying other people's lives for himself. And when he does build his vacation home, it's a little shack, right? But the way he goes about doing that is calling Pacha a liar. And it's like, well,
come on.
Since your hill's so bad, I'll have to build it someplace else. Because Kuzco, even in the end, I don't think he's learned his lesson, but I don't think he can be sincere.
I mean, but that's the thing, though, is that entire scene doesn't come off as like, oh, you're a liar, and it doesn't come off as sarcastic. It comes off as like yeah, he still can't come out and just say nice things, but that takes time to learn.
Right, but if we accept that as part of his character, then he can still be sort of just kind of a jerk ass in everyday life, but also be a genuinely good person.
I think my want for it would be for him to sincerely say asshole things, like at the end of The Emperor's New Groove, and not this whole, hey guys, it's me, the actor David Spade.
Here's the thing, though, and we're already talking about the second movie without even talking about the first.
Do you want to? Do you want to wait? Do you want me to just go over the first movie?
Yeah, go over the first movie, because this is one of the things I wanted to bring up about the second.
Alright, so The Emperor's New Groove was released December of the year 2000. It was a box office flop. It had an overinflated budget of an estimated $100 million, and it only made back about $90 million.
Fuck.
So yeah, it was Disney's last big movie of that era, really, and it would be a while before Disney got their groove back. Huh. Hey.
Are we leaving that in?
Cough and all.
Okay, good. All right, keep going.
I need people to know how much that killed me. So, the production of this movie was filled with hardships. There's even a documentary that's really hard to find that was filmed by, I believe, Sting's maybe current, but definitely at the time, wife.
Right, and I sort of want to do an episode where we actually watch that one.
Yeah, we're gonna need to go out and find it, and I would love to talk about it as well.
And I kind of sort of wonder, and this is going a little bit off topic, I kind of sort of wonder if we can eventually do an episode where we, like, do, like, a bunch of stuff like that and sort of, like, tie it in with old episodes. I thought of that after I saw the Utamata Makan Wikipedia page, and I was like, man, there's more about...
Like, do some follow-up?
Yeah, about these other movies that we could get into. Yeah.
Hell, yeah, definitely. But yeah, despite it not being a monetary success, this movie was amazingly reviewed. Like, everyone kind of came out of it saying pretty much like, this is a very different Walt Disney movie, but it's definitely got a lot of charm and a lot of love in it. And it did really well out of the box office. Its VHS and DVD releases sold crazy, and people still talk about it.
It's what?
You know?
It's what? It's VHS?
VHS and DVD release, yeah.
VHS?
VHS? Yeah, VHS.
VHS?
Question mark?
Sorry, keep going.
Oh, man.
Thank you for indulging me there.
No, don't worry about it. If we have to have a crazy in-joke, that might as well be the one, right?
Right, gotta commit to the bit.
So, oh, man. Like, this is definitely something that we're going to have to talk about if we do decide to watch that documentary, but I encourage everyone to at least look a little bit into the production of this movie. It is insane. Like...
Yeah, that's all I've ever heard about it.
It's just because there are no gritty details. There's only, like, outside, like, sprinklings of information, but people don't talk about why this movie is the way it is. Mm-hmm. It's definitely got a lot of grudge. It's a shame because the movie that ended up coming out is pretty damn great. Like...
Yeah, it's just charming, and it's clever and funny. It's got a lot of heart.
I have a smile on my face the entire time I'm watching this movie.
Oh, it's so great. I love this movie. That was a good cough.
Thank you.
I genuinely hope I'm not killing you by recording a podcast with you.
No, it's fine, honestly.
Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine.
I think definitely with this and with me going back to having full-time classes, we are going to have to shift this to a bit of a bi-weekly thing.
And that's fine, because I can accept that because I'm doing none of the work editing. I was just, like, looking at editing earlier today, and I was like, man, I don't get it.
It's I don't know, I find a joy in it. I really like doing it, but I can see how other people would find it daunting.
I'm sure if I did, like, one episode, then the next episode would be a lot easier. But it's getting that first episode done that would be rough.
Just a quick summary that's a bit more in-depth than the pitch that I made earlier. Emperor Cusco is the king of what seems to be a Mayan kingdom.
Sure, somewhere Mesoamerica, definitely.
Yeah, some Mesoamerican kingdom. And... he is, like, through the amazing beginning musical intro sequence, established as being very vain, very selfish, and very cruel for the sake of cruelty, almost.
Yeah, and I wrote down, he's a good, likable sociopath.
Yeah, definitely.
He doesn't see a reason to care about other people, but he's very charismatic.
so charismatic. Like, as the ruler of this Mesoamerican kingdom, he has an issue with his royal advisor, Yzma, who has, according to him, been behind his back running the kingdom, which he finds intolerable. He really doesn't like that she's doing that.
Yeah, it's funny because I don't know if it's because she's like stepping on his toes or because she's trying to do his duty. It sort of seems like it's because she's trying to do his duty, but it's probably because she's stepping on his toes. Because he says, this is my job. And you'd think that he actually wouldn't want to do it because he doesn't seem to care about anything, but he finds it reason enough to fire her.
Yeah, that's the thing, is Yzma obviously doesn't care about the peasants. I mean, in like the short scene in which she is ruling, the line that she says is, God, my memory's going.
What's the point of being a peasant if you can't even... Oh, what's the line?
It was like, she was kind of like dismissing the peasant, like, I don't understand why you have to come to me with all this talk of, what was it that you needed again? Food. You should have thought of that before you became peasants. Like,
before you became peasants. Yeah, that's it.
Hey,
okay.
That's not how that works.
Stuck the landing.
This movie does a great job of, like, introducing Kuzco as being this terrible person, and within the span of 2 seconds, making Yzma hella worse. Like, she is instantly more unlikable than him.
And at the same time they introduce Yzma, they introduce Kronk.
Who, again, Patrick Warburton is just amazing.
Yes, but the reason that this is important in the movie is because Yzma and Kuzco are only slightly different.
Yes.
So they can't be each other's foils.
They need Kronk there to provide something to bounce off of.
Right, they need Kronk there, and then later Kuzco gets Pacha. And so they both have their own foils, and they bounce off of each other more than they do their adversaries.
Oh, definitely.
And it works. It's just real good. It's real clever. It's a great way to write a movie.
Yeah, this entire movie is cutting between Kuzco and Pacha and Yzma and Kronk interacting with each other, and both have amazing dynamics. All 4 characters are in some way very gripping.
Yes.
After Yzma is introduced at the beginning of the film, Emperor Kuzco drops the fact that it's going to be his birthday soon, and he decides to fire her, and she does not take this well. So she plots to poison him with her sidekick Kronk, who... Kronk is such a weird character because on the one hand, I love him, and he's a very lovable idiot, but he is okay with totally killing Kuzco.
Yeah.
Up until the moment he has to physically murder Kuzco.
It's funny because there was that moment where he's like, well, it's a good thing you're not taking out all this anger on the real Kuzco. And then she's like, well, kill him. And he's not into it, but he does it.
It's the same problem that... Oh,
also, I wrote this down. And in this scene, they say this. So probably during this podcast, I'm going to say all the quotes that I have written down.
Good, yes.
But she's yelling about how he fired her, and she's like, I practically raised him! And he goes, yeah, you think he would have turned out better. And it's just,
man.
Damn. I love that line.
It's a great... Kronk has a lot of great lines. Everyone has a lot of great lines in this movie.
Everybody has a lot of great lines. It's exclusively great lines.
Honestly, this is like the one time a movie was written entirely... Like, this is a movie of banter and one-liners. And it's amazing.
It's like if everybody was John Smith.
Yeah. Can we just talk about The Emperor's New Groove for this whole podcast?
I really want to.
Let's see how far we can go before we finally decide to do our jobs.
By the way, we did jump over, because there's no reason you would have cared about this, but I played The Emperor's New Groove game when I was little.
Oh my god.
And in the game, in each level, there's like a collectible. There's no reason to get them, but it's like bragging rights. And it's his little toy that he breaks in the beginning of the movie.
Oh yeah,
it's the pink thing.
Right.
And it's named and it's named Wompy. And the reason I know that is because he yells it whenever you catch it, and he just hugs it and goes Wompy, and it's great. Also, there's the choosing your wife moment.
Yeah, I was about to get to this.
Yeah.
So...
Which was great, because there's no reason for it to be in the movie, right?
It's one of those scenes where it perfectly encapsulates, like, Kuzco's character really quickly.
It kind of does.
Kuzco's turning 18, and the movie just kind of mentions this but never talks about it, but he obviously has no siblings. His parents aren't around since he was practically raised by Yzma.
Right, when he quote-unquote dies, Yzma takes over because she was the next in line, apparently.
Yeah, because he has no heir.
Anybody.
And his, I don't know what to call him, his royal scribe is telling him, you need to pick a bride. And there's this row of copy-pasted women with various hairstyles. And he just walks down this line hate your hair, not likely. Yikes, yikes, yikes. And let me guess, you have a great personality.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even finish going through the line.
Yeah. But the thing about that scene is that I think it must be left over from when the plot of the movie was that he falls in love with a shepherd girl.
But it's still
and I just
really
thought that was
works.
funny because it's the only thing I saw that felt like it was a holdover from that.
Definitely. I could talk about the intro musical number all day.
Yeah, but can you talk about the intro musical number for the next movie?
I'd rather not talk about this. I'd rather not talk about the next movie at all. I think I'm gonna put in here just the the Snaps Fingers theme song guy, because that's a great soundbite.
Yes.
Theme song guy.
Oh yeah! He's the sovereign of the nation. He's the hippest cat in creation. He's the alpha, the omega.
Good job, future Andy. That's good.
Yeah, that was amazing. Oh, I love it so much.
Yep.
Such a great. I don't know how podcast hosts are able to refer to something that isn't technically in existence yet. That it feels weird.
Fake it till you make it, Andy. Just think of it as an appendix. It's not there, but it could be.
I don't think that's how appendicitis works.
Just so we're clear, and this is once again off topic, is your appendix still there?
No, it's gone.
Okay, so they did take it out eventually.
Yeah, they yanked it out that same day.
Okay.
Yeah, it was exactly 24 hours after I sent you the last episode.
Oh.
I woke up in the middle of the night because my abdomen was in such pain, and I was like, I probably broke something. I should go to the doctor after I stopped by the DMV.
Why did you stop by the DMV first?
Because I meant to go Monday, and it didn't work out.
Oh.
It was already a thing I was going to do.
Okay. You know what? I would probably do the same thing, because I make stupid decisions about my body all the time.
So Yzma and Kronk decide to murder Kuzco. And meanwhile, Kuzco has invited the chief of a village named Pacha, voiced by John Goodman, to discuss with him the hill that he lives on. And after they have a really short discussion, he says, yeah, this is where I'm going to put my new pool. And has this beautiful model of Pacha's village, by the way, which he then slams a diorama of a theme park on top of with a little party confetti button and a water slide. And Pacha, understandably, is wondering, well, where's the rest of the village going to live? And Kuzco's response is, I don't care. You figure it out. This is my birthday gift to me. Pacha tries to voice his objection, and Kuzco has him escorted out. And Pacha is understandably upset by this. He doesn't know what he's going to tell his wife.
I'm sorry, I hate to interrupt you again.
No, go for it.
Except it's like what I do, I've noticed from listening to the podcasts. And I think you actually cut out a lot of the times that I do interrupt you.
I think I just cut from me to you.
I made a note of this scene because I think it's the first time that Kuzco has ever heard the word can't said to him before.
It definitely seems like it.
Like when Pacha says, you can't do this, he gets offended.
He gets very sinister. Like, this is the most evil that Kuzco gets. Well, no, it's not the most evil he gets in the movie.
It's pretty close, though. No, it's not the most evil. I just remembered the other part.
Yeah,
but
right?
It is up there, though.
Let me know when I get to that part, what the part that you think is his most evil part, and we'll see if we're in agreement. So, Pacha decides to pick up some supplies from the capital before he leaves back home. Kuzco gets invited to a dinner hosted by Yzma and Kronk, where they decide to poison him. The poison, unfortunately, is actually llama extract, which apparently just turns people into llamas.
Mm-hmm. That's what, Andy, I don't know if you know this, that's what llama extract does. and I don't seem to have this note, but I remember thinking it, that Kuzco is... You can tell that Kuzco's sheltered because he does not assume that Yzma might be mad at him.
Him being invited to dinner, because he does say, just so we're clear, you're cool with the whole being let go thing.
Yeah, and he does start a conversation about, like, so what are you gonna do next? You're a little late in life, what are you gonna do? And it makes it sound like he cares, even though this is probably, like, a learned thing. He's the emperor, he has to act like he cares.
We learn later, though, that he does have a genuine, like, care for Yzma, even if he low-key hates her.
He was very surprised when it turned out she meant to kill him.
Yeah, like, it shattered his worldview.
Yeah, he thought everybody was just there to help him with stuff, especially her.
We're getting a bit ahead of ourselves.
We are, but it's important to establish character in this character who's, like, barely even in the second movie. We don't need to be talking about this, but we have to because it's how we stay sane.
Yeah, because, oh god, I don't even, let's just keep pushing that second movie further away. So, Kuzco gets turned into a llama, and Yzma tells Kronk to finish the job, just murder the shit out of this guy. And Kronk doesn't want to. Kronk to me, in this film, feels like, I don't know, like, he's definitely a fully functioning adult, but at the same time, he's very slow.
He's not, it seems like he's not all there. He's not stupid exactly.
I think what it is he's gullible.
He's not exactly a genius either. But the thing is, I kind of think of Kronk, like, on a really bad day, I might think of myself in this situation. If I happened to be the type of person who would end up as the main henchman to a villain, I would probably do everything the villain said and then feel terrible about it.
Yeah, and not only that, but Kronk isn't Yzma's first sidekick. Like, apparently she's gone through a couple, and she goes through them yearly.
Yeah, that was fascinating to me. Like, that every couple of years she just tosses out sidekicks.
And I wonder what her reason for tossing out these sidekicks are. Like, are they too old? Are they not strong enough? Or is it like they angered me kind of thing?
Or is it like Kronk? Do they, like, start to develop a conscience about it, and she doesn't want to deal with that?
Yeah, and then they try to kill her, and she's like, well, you gotta go.
Yeah, it's called a cruel irony.
And she does have that ready-to-go murder sidekick lever.
Yes.
So, obviously, she's been through that before, the whole sidekick developing a conscience. So, Kronk loses Kuzco on Pacha's cart, and Pacha takes Kuzco home, to his chagrin. And Kuzco demands that Pacha take him back, and Pacha doesn't. He just doesn't. He's like, no, if I'm going to take you back, you have to promise me that you'll leave my village alone. And Kuzco's like, I don't have to do anything for anyone.
Well, I believe what he says is, I don't make promises with peasants. And that's like a double fuck you.
And so Pacha's like, fine, whatever. Go die in the jungle, I guess.
I don't know where this note came from. I don't remember where this note came from, but it says, I most identified with Kuzco when he was interrupting something important to make a point. Oh, you know what it was? It was when he was stopping the movie.
Yeah, yes, which is one of the best framing devices that this movie has is throughout the film, you have Kuzco, the narrator, who is Kuzco from the beginning of the movie.
Well, he's Kuzco from about the halfway point of the movie, right?
No, because Kuzco from the halfway point of the movie tells him to shut up.
Yeah, but I was watching this. Here, wait, I think I made a note about it. Well, it can't be that note.
Fold the paper in half and check there.
Oh, no. But I did put that's an interesting idea that Kuzco's so self-absorbed that he narrates his own life. And that's what I sort of felt like what was happening in the forest. Because this is the first time Disney broke the fourth wall to tell the story.
And they went hard.
But the way I put it together in fiction, and I don't know why I did it this time watching through it, I was thinking, what if he is just so full of himself that he's just always thinking about his life like a story that he gets to narrate. And at this moment when he's the lowest of the low and still trying to make himself the hero, he just can't take it anymore.
And it takes him being in that place for him to finally realize I'm not the narrator of my own story. And I think after that moment, the narrator is pretty much gone.
I think he comes back later as a narration, although it might be that I wrote this down later because that's when I thought of it.
Yeah, I remember there just not being any more narrative breaks past that point. Which, if that is what they did, that's a super fucking, like, cool way to handle that.
Oh, definitely.
Because as we find out in the second movie, breaking the fourth wall too much...
Yeah, it hurts.
Gets exhausting. It gets exhausting. Deathly exhausting. So,
Okay.
Cusco takes Pacha's advice and goes off to get killed by jaguars.
Exactly. And I wrote this down, I love the dichotomy of the squirrel with the balloon in the dark, terrifying forest.
The squirrel with the balloon in the dark, terrifying South American forest perfectly epitomizes the weird cinematic universe that The Emperor's New Groove takes place in.
Right. And most of the time, because in a lot of our other ones, in a lot of our other episodes, I've complained about a movie being too cartoony. And this movie sort of does it right.
It hits that perfect bar.
Where they're telling the story, and then they'll just insert cartoon logic, and you're just like, okay, I guess this is where we are now. I'll just go with it.
I think what it is, though, is that it's a universe that has earned that cartoon logic, because it's Mayan in aesthetic, but there's a lot of aspects of the film that aren't Mayan, like having buttons.
I was going to say, it's very, there's a lot of modernized stuff that they reference.
Yeah, like having elevators, things like that.
There's just like a moment where the chef is packing all of his stuff in a suitcase, and he's got a suitcase.
And he puts on a fedora.
Yeah, like a traveling hat.
A traveling salesman hat. And
Yes.
There are a lot of little things like that in the movie that make it okay when the movie decides to go full cartoon, but like in, say, Pocahontas 2, that's the real world. That's history.
Yeah, apparently closer to history than we thought.
Closer to history than we thought, but like it's history where we have this like very anthropomorphized raccoon, and it's weird, and you reject it a bit.
Hey, look, I found another quote. So Pacha goes to save Cusco.
Yes, he does.
One of my favorite scenes in any cartoon ever. They end up tied to a log, they fall down, and Cusco says, "Don't tell me, we're about to go over a huge waterfall." Yep. Sharp rocks at the bottom?
Looks likely.
Bring it on.
And
then as they're falling, he just goes like, Yahoo!
I remember that line was in every trailer for the VHS release of The Emperor's New Groove.
And it was in the video game that I talked about playing.
Oh, that's awesome. That's good. It's real quick. I want everyone, because a lot of people might not remember the theatrical release poster for The Emperor's New Groove, go look it up. It's fantastic, because it's just Cusco standing there like arms wide open, and the words "me" in large block lettering above him. It's awesome. That's marketing.
That is a good poster, because it epitomizes just the point of the whole movie right there. It's a good minimalist poster, basically.
One of the better ways of doing a poster without the title of the movie. If you want an example of one of the worst ways, look at any of the marketing for the new Jason Bourne movie, because I hate it.
All right, let's talk about the Jason Bourne movie, I guess. Come on, Andy.
Just real quick, just a real quick aside.
Okay.
One of the posters just says Matt Damon with the release date on it.
Ugh.
It doesn't even have like a picture. It's just white. Matt Damon date.
There's a great little moment where Pacha has to give Cusco mouth to mouth.
Yep, yes, Pacha. It was not a kiss.
Yes.
But they're both very shaken by the experience, obviously.
Yes. But here's my problem with that scene. It immediately cuts into another scene where it shows Pacha's kids having prophetic dreams about it.
Yes. Well, it's because they love
This is
his kids
never
love him
addressed.
so much.
This is never addressed in either movie that his kids are psychic.
Love is stronger than gravity, Tony.
What? What?
No, never mind. I don't know.
What?
I just made a reference. I just made like a very obscure reference that hopefully one person will get.
Congratulations on that one person. We do not have enough listeners yet to make it plausible that one person got it, but if so, good on you.
Even if somebody just like many years from now decides to listen back on this for some reason, that guy,
maybe somebody who's really big into Kronk's New Groove, and it's like, why haven't they started talking about my favorite movie yet?
Oh, well, I got some news for you.
So the next note I have is about when Kuzco is at his most evil. So if you have anything to say before that, I'd love to hear it, because we really are putting off talking about this movie.
Yeah, I just really want to real quick mention how much I love Pacha's family.
Oh, they're great.
Like, Pacha's wife and 2 kids are like, congratulations for having not 1 but 2 kids in a movie that I don't hate. I love them both in this movie.
They're both pretty great. I hate them in the second movie.
Yeah, they're great in this movie.
They are great in this movie.
We'll talk about them in the second movie when we get there. And Pacha's wife is just... just very actionable. Like, her...
I don't exactly... She's basically what you could think of as the perfect mother. Basically, like, the perfect wife and mother. And you don't want a female character who's, like, just a great mother. And that's all she is, but she's so good at it. And also kind of so interesting in the little ways, like when she has to interact with Kronk and Yzma. She does that so well that she makes up for what would in other stories be a really boring character, you know?
Yeah, and she gets like 3 amazing lines. My favorite being when later in the film she locks Yzma and Kronk in the closet. Every character in this movie has a time to shine, and it's one of the great things about this movie.
You know, that's absolutely true.
So Kuzco and Kronk are walking across a bridge.
Yes.
And I believe you had a note about this?
Well, my note was that when you called Kronk Pacha, and we're not keeping score this time. You called Pacha Kronk, and we're not keeping score this time. So when Pacha falls through the bridge, Kuzco goes to leave him, but he's so evil that he starts monologuing. And that's his downfall, because then he gets stuck too.
He was free and clear.
Mm-hmm.
And he made the classic villain mistake of going back to brag one last time.
And they get into a really cool fight that turns into a really cool escape scene. That also happens to bring up one of the other best quotes from this movie, which you might know off the top of your head. I don't know. It's, it's a good thing you're not a big fat guy, or this would be really difficult.
Yeah, yep, that is another line that was in every VHS trailer.
In every trailer, yep. And I love it all unapologetically.
I'm going to go through the next couple of scenes really quickly, just so that we can talk about one of the best montages in movie history. So
there are a few scenes. It goes into a chase montage because they're trying to beat Yzma and Kronk to the castle. It's the best chase montage ever.
After Kuzco and Pacha save themselves from the falling to their imminent deaths, they decide to make their way to a restaurant to stop and eat.
Kuzco does have his redeeming moment there too, where he saves Pacha.
Kuzco has a very brief redeeming moment.
And that's when Pacha decides he actually is going to help him, because he's just good guy Pacha.
Yeah, I think Pacha, like his wife, is kind of the perfect person.
Yeah. They're both, like, way too good for this world.
Yeah, and, like, in any other movie, you would think that there would be a scene where you would see Pacha be fallible, but he never is. He's just perfect the whole movie. He's always there at the right time. He always knows the right thing to say.
And the thing is, because he's presented as a foil to Kuzco, it works. If he was leading the movie, it would be the most boring movie. Because you can't watch a movie about a perfect person.
Yeah, like, God, it'd be terrible. It'd be like watching Peter Pan again. You're welcome. Hey, you wanted me to reference Disney movies, right?
Yay! But since Kuzco's there, you feel justified, basically, in having Pacha.
Yeah, because even though Pacha is this perfect person, it is also kind of his downfall, because him trusting Kuzco got him into a lot of bad places in this movie, but he never really complains about it.
No, he's the most easygoing guy.
Yeah, he's hella chill. They make they stop by to get some food, and earlier in the scene, Kronk and Yzma run into the squirrel with the balloon after searching for Kuzco for what seems like days.
What could be days, for all we know. She had to spend some time painting the palace.
I don't know. I mean, Kuzco has the power to snap his fingers and have a beautiful archway. I'm sure Yzma could get the palace painted pretty quickly as well.
Could just happen overnight or an hour, for all we know.
Yeah, but it's been at least a couple of days, and they're out in the jungle looking for Kuzco, trying to finish the job. And so Kronk can talk to squirrels, which is one of those things that would feel like an ass pull, but
it works.
But really works.
Especially, once again, because he's presented as such a foil to Yzma. He can talk to squirrels. The squirrel doesn't even want to see her.
In literally any other movie, the ability to talk to animals would make you the Disney princess, but in this movie, it makes you the villain's henchman.
And you can say that, and that's kind of including the sequel, because Kronk is just so bullshit that he can talk to squirrels in that one.
It really
and
makes
doesn't
no sense.
mean anything or do anything, and it's so good in this one. Okay, so they talk to the squirrel, they get the information on Kuzco.
On a talking llama. And they make their way to, coincidentally, the same restaurant. There are a lot of coincidences in this movie, that work.
Yeah, and the restaurant scene, and I don't think we should spend too much time on it, because we're spending a lot of time on this movie that we shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But the restaurant scene's amazing. There's a lot that happens in that scene. We learn that Kronk is a good cook, and man, do they not use that well in the next movie. He, like Pacha, is the most easygoing person.
Yeah, he just steps right into being an amazing cook, and it ain't no thing.
And once again, we learn that Yzma and Kuzco are basically exactly the same, as they both change their orders at the same time, and Kronk can't even tell them apart.
Honestly, the thing separating Kuzco and Yzma is Kuzco can still change.
I was gonna say, yeah, like 70 years of hatred, basically.
Like, Kuzco hasn't been evil for 70 years.
Right, Yzma's still just so angry and stuck in her ways, and she just wants power for power's sake. And Kuzco's just a brat who doesn't know any better.
So, there is room for improvement with one that you just can't have with the other. And, again, yeah, we shouldn't talk about the scene for too long, because, yeah, we've been talking about this movie for way too long.
We really need to get on to the next movie, but it's like...
The more we talk about this, the harder it is to move on.
It's like being held in your mother's arms when you're a baby, and knowing that if you leave that embrace, you're just gonna fall down some stairs into fire.
I would have gone with the whole, no, that's an apt description, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, alright. So are we at the chase montage?
Yeah, sure, why not? Let's go there.
Yeah.
We've talked about all the scenes in between already, so the chase montage.
I love the chase montage.
On top of having the catchiest tune, is the max breaking of fourth wall that this movie gets, where Kronk and Kuzco left behind a trail of dotted red lines that Yzma and Kronk are looking at in befuddlement. They turn around.
I wonder if you heard yourself say Kronk twice.
God damn it.
This is gonna become a thing for this podcast now.
It's just when two characters are so similar, it's hard, alright?
They are very similar. But Pacha and Kuzco.
Pacha and Kuzco leave behind red dotted lines, and Kronk and Yzma look down at them in befuddlement, turn around, and see that they are leaving purple dotted lines of various design behind them, and they kind of just shrug and move on.
They're like, alright.
Pacha and Kronk get to where the bridge was and get across.
Okay, wait. You said Pacha and Kronk.
Wait.
Now you got the other one. You just want Kronk to be in every scene in this movie, so that there's no reason to make the next movie.
Yeah, because this is just Kronk's new groove, right? It's this movie where he goes from being a henchman with no character to this amazing three-dimensional person who can talk to squirrels, knows how to cook, has a conscience. That's exemplified by two angels on his shoulders. Right? This is the movie.
I just imagined a version, a world where Kronk's New Groove was just shot for shot The Emperor's New Groove, but it's all Kronk.
It's Kronk acting out the events of the first movie.
Right. It's like Kronk's one-man show.
If Kronk's New Groove started with Kronk being an actor who acted out the story of the Emperor's New Groove and it was called Kingdom of the Rising Sun, that would be a legit hilarious joke.
Oh, I would love that.
Oh my god. But no, that's not what Kronk's New Groove is.
No, it's not. It's like three separate stories that aren't any good smashed together into one story. That doesn't make any sense with the lowest stakes ever. God.
I don't want to talk about it right now. All right.
We're gonna have to.
We're just gonna sprint to the end of this movie. Pacha and Kuzco make their way across. Yzma and Kronk fall to their seeming deaths. Kronk pulls the wrong lever, but him and Kuzco eventually make it into Yzma's secret lab, where Yzma and Kronk have been waiting for them this whole time. The movie...
Okay. You said Kronk like 4 times again. But it's fine, just keep going. We'll fix it in post.
Alright, just really quick, we'll fix it in post. Really quickly, I'm gonna let everyone know that I am on really heavy painkillers right now.
That's true. Don't blame Andy for all the things he says.
So if I seem more manic than usual...
And also, he was definitely on really heavy painkillers when we were talking about Return to Neverland. Wink. Got your back, Andy.
Thank you. Yes, that too. Also that. Yes.
Because I just listened to that again, and you could not remember that girl's name.
Jane.
Yep, it's Jane. It's not
nice.
Wendy.
Yes.
Okay, so they get to the lair. Kronk and Yzma have beaten them there.
Which the movie takes an aside to explain in that they also don't understand. But this is the way the movie has to go.
It does not make sense. Yes, and that is probably the most gifable moment of this movie.
Well, and also Pacha pinching his fingers, because when the sun hits that ridge just right, these hills sing. That moment of him pinching his fingers is still a meme.
Is it? Okay. I don't remember that one. I just see by all accounts it doesn't make sense, or it makes no sense.
Me and you both live on different halves of an internet canyon, I think.
Yeah, I'm not on Facebook.
You're on Facebook?
No, I'm not on Facebook.
I'm not on Facebook either.
This is a small canyon we're on.
Yeah, this is I guess this canyon is smaller than we think it is.
Yeah.
A Twitter canyon, then, maybe.
A Twitter canyon. The Great Canyon of Twitter. Real loose canyons. Anyway.
Okay, so Yzma throws Kronk a wicked-looking dagger and tells him, kill them, basically. Mm-hmm. And Kronk, in a crisis of faith, decides instead to try and kill Yzma.
Wait, but... The thing is that moment, that crisis of faith moment, where it's first I don't know whether or not to kill them, and then she insults his Spanish puffs, and then everybody, both his shoulder angel and his shoulder devil, are pissed. And
they're whoa.
And so the exact line, I did not write it down, but it just popped into my head now, is, remember, justice comes from above. And they look up, and it's the chandelier, and they all go... That'll work.
Kronk's fatal mistake in this scene was not riding the rope up to the rafters. If Kronk had ridden the rope up to the rafters...
You know what,
this movie would have ended a lot faster.
I loved the ending of this movie. I loved a lot of stuff about the climax of this movie. If it had turned out that Kronk was going to turn on Yzma and end up being the hero, and Pacha and Kuzco were sort of not going to get a final scene, it would not have been as good a movie, but I would have loved it more.
Yzma, as we mentioned earlier, pulls her "in case my sidekick betrays me" lever, and Kronk falls to his seeming death.
Right. My sidekick betrays me again, presumably. This had to have happened before. You don't just have that lever.
I mean, she has it. Yeah, you don't just have that ready to go. That's actually probably why she has the other lever.
That other lever, yeah. And then she sends all the guards after them for killing the Emperor, which is smart.
Yes. And then they all get turned into animals.
One of them's a demon llama. And they all get turned into animals, and then, hey, I've been turned into a cow. Can I go home?
Yes, that line is great. That line is great for 2 reasons. One, he's the only guard that lives. All of the other guards die.
The other line I have written down is, come on, men! Nobody lives forever!
So all the guards die, and Yzma decides to take matters into her own hands. Hijinks
gets turned into a cat. Sorry, yep. I'm skipping ahead.
Fine. You literally
we are
finished
spending
my
too
sentence.
Much time. Yzma's turned to a cat. She gets knocked out by Kronk. Cusco
What are
gets
the odds that he would show up at
potion.
this point in the movie?
Yes.
He turns back into a human. Him and Pacha resolve their differences. You know, they hug, and then the movie ends with Cusco and Pacha at Cusco's new summer shack that is on the hill right next to Pacha's.
And they got like a little swimming pool for them all to share. And there's Pacha's wife, whose name escapes me, has a baby, and she has crocheted, I think they said, Cusco it's a poncho. A poncho with a llama on it, and it's great. It's a great ending scene.
It is fantastic.
And we've been talking for an hour about this first movie.
And the movie ends, and it's wonderful, and it's amazing, and isn't it great that was the movie? Wow. So, I loved this movie. I thought it was great. How did you feel about it, Tony?
Well, Andy, I think we need to backtrack for a second, because I seem to recall watching a different movie.
Oh, what? I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a movie.
Weren't we just gonna...
It's a movie.
This is our new podcast. Only theatrical releases. Oh man.
Why didn't we make that podcast? We could have just talked about The Lion King. We could have just talked about
we would have had to talk about Peter Pan though.
Ugh. Yeah, that would have been rough.
I'm really happy that there's no Hercules 2.
There actually is a Hercules 2.
Oh, are you shitting me?
It's called Zero to Hero. And
I don't know if
I'd never heard of it before I started looking up movies, and it exists.
Crap.
And we're gonna end up watching it at some point. Okay,
So Kronk's New Groove.
There are a lot of send-ups at the beginning of the movie. First, there's the mirror of Cusco's opening, and somehow being covered in cheese takes away from the whole drama of the scene. Like, Cusco's opening is he's crying in the woods, and it's raining on him, and he's at his lowest. And Kronk's lowest is covered in cheese.
So Kronk's lowest point is being covered in cheese and hugging a cheese teddy bear.
Yeah, and that's pathetic, but it's not as gripping as Cusco's, you know?
That's the thing, is it's pathetic, but it doesn't make me want to know how it happened. The voiceover of a llama crying in the rainforest, of somebody going, you know, I used to be an emperor, like that.
Yeah, that's
gripping.
Interesting. Yeah, exactly.
But there's already, this movie lets you know, just to let you know, there are no stakes here. Hey, it's me, Patrick Warburton. I just want to let you know, there are no stakes in this movie.
Then we cut over, because Kronk starts telling us, the audience, his story. We cut over to a new song that is wholly unnecessary. Cusco had a reason for somebody to sing songs about him, and Kronk doesn't. And also the song is called Be True to Your Groove, and it goes on for about 5 minutes too long, which I'm pretty sure it's only like a 2-minute song. It's definitely 5 minutes too long.
Its entire existence is unwarranted. Just something to throw out really quickly. Everybody in this movie sounds tired.
You know who doesn't sound tired in this movie?
Who?
David Spade.
I think he does.
I think David Spade sounds like he wanted to be in this movie and was a little bit disappointed that gave him 3 scenes.
And you know what? I loved one of them, and
Which one's that? The final one?
The last one.
The one that wasn't a cutaway.
The one, if this movie had no cutaways, if David Spade had just showed up at the end of the movie, like, it's a great thing that I was able to shove my way into this one too, it would have been a perfect joke.
Here's the thing. When he says, I wrote it down, I put, being honest, I do like how Cusco weasels his way into this movie, because Kronk has no foil, and he needed either more Cusco or Yzma to be a decent character.
But that's the thing, though, is what Yzma he has, like, he immediately falls back into just listening to what she says.
And here's the other thing. What she says is low quality evil.
It is not even the most evil plan that you could have.
It's not about whether or not it's even a good plan. It's low ambition.
It's the kind of evil I would expect somebody working for the good guys to do.
Yeah, and I did put that Cusco shows up, which I called a charming comeback, so I guess I'm wrong. I said I'm comfortable in his jerkassery in a way I'm not with Kronk's dance moves.
They put
but I did love
so much money
in the dance scenes.
They put so much animation quality into all of these dance scenes, by the way.
But here's the thing, I hated them all.
They're all terrible.
Yeah.
They're all just...
It's like the last movie where there were a bunch of songs in it, but all the songs were bullshit.
It's just...
I mean, the last movie, like, Return to Neverland, not...
All of the songs in Return to Neverland were terrible. But
yeah, that's the thing.
Nobody in Return to Neverland stopped and well, I mean, they did it once, but nobody in Return to Neverland had a dance number.
That's true.
Every time a song played.
Here's the first moment I liked.
Okay.
So Kronk is telling his boss, co-worker person, the waitress whose name we never get, he's telling her about why he's sad. And she says something like, are you going to keep babbling about your life, or are we actually going to go back to work? And he says, you're right, you're right, priorities. And then he's like, okay, sit down, this might be a while. And I actually love that, because that was such like a good little zinger. Yeah.
That was a great little joke. And there's another one later after the second story where he's sitting there crying into these oven mitts like, these are the only things I have left of her. And then he throws them into the fireplace somehow, and they burn up, and he's like, and now I have nothing.
Yeah, but the thing is, I was not emotionally invested in those stupid oven mitts.
I found that joke to be really funny anyway.
So I put that selling snake oil is not the most riveting evil plan, especially because Yzma is an actual genius scientist. She could probably come up with something that at least has, like, amphetamines in it, so people will get a buzz.
She was able to like turn herself almost all the way back into a human and also turn herself into a bunny. Like, what was stopping her from doing something a little more with this slime that she had a hand on?
I did put that's interesting that she knows she needs Kronk because he's charismatic. It's not because he's strong like before. It's because people trust him.
And you know what? The whole plot point that people trust and like Kronk is a fantastic plot point, because we as an audience in the first movie loved and trusted Kronk.
Exactly. And I don't think they used it very well. Yeah, the way the people feel about him is definitely based off of what the audience felt about him.
And they don't do anything with it. Yeah, like you said, like it's a fact that the movie tells you.
The next thing on my list is a little bit later. So, but the point of the story is that he gets a mansion on a hill.
By selling all this snake oil to...
like his father always wanted, by selling snake oil. And then it turns out that, one, he realizes the snake oil is bullshit.
Which he didn't know. Because of course he didn't, because he's Kronk.
And two, it turns out that Yzma is getting elected for emperor. And there's a throwaway line that's, I didn't know it was an elected position. But more importantly...
that I also loved.
Yeah, that was a good line. But more importantly, I was judging Yzma pretty freaking hard. Because when you sell a fake product, you leave town before people figure it out. You don't stick around to be elected into an office that you're not actually getting unless you organize a coup. Like, that's a bad decision. Yzma's pretty stupid in this movie. She's a genius in the other movie.
I mean, everyone's pretty stupid in this movie.
Kuzco appears to be about the same.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the exception is Kuzco, who seems to just be Kuzco. He just Kuzco's his way through this movie.
Pacha's wife, whose name I still can't remember. She seems to be about the same character. I'm sorry?
Chicha.
She seems to be about the same character. Maybe a little stupider, but like negligible stupider.
If only because at the end of the movie, she decides to go along with Kronk's really dumb plan of renting.
Yeah, but only because it
family.
Seems like her husband's gonna.
And he does. In a scene that caused me to close my laptop and walk away for a couple minutes. I was beyond finished. So Kronk's New Groove is an hour and 12 minutes long. It has no reason to be an hour and 12 minutes long. I somehow managed to watch it over the span of 2 hours because I kept pausing the movie and just kind of really sitting there and
absorbing its brilliance. I understand.
I just didn't get this movie, Tony. It's too smart for me.
Yeah, that's definitely it. I will say this. It had a lot of genuinely well-written one-liners that didn't need to be there. Like, I wrote this one down where Kronk's secretaries, or personal assistants, are leaving, and he says, "Don't cry for me, Marge and Tina." And I wrote specifically, this movie has no shame.
Oh man, it's a great joke.
It's a great joke.
They did a great job of setting up,
more
too.
or less of those. Yeah, there was a great job of setting up because he gets their names mixed up, and there's not really a reason for him to have done that. Ugh, it's just...
So, the second story... Okay, so actually, let me roll back a bit. So the framing device of this movie is Kronk narrating how he got to the position of being covered in cheese and hugging a cheese teddy bear.
Yes.
Okay, right. Inception-like, there is also, while he is describing to the audience what's happening, Kronk in this story that Kronk is telling us is telling his manager 2 stories about how he got to the position of being scared that his father's coming to visit.
Yeah, he is doing that. And here's the thing. I didn't love the first story. The first story used Yzma in kind of a crappy way. It had
I liked her fate.
Oh, that was great. Where she turns into a little rabbit so nobody will, like, attack a little rabbit. And then a hawk just grabs her. And Kronk goes, well, that was weird.
Yeah,
that was
it's
amazing.
just like, well.
The thing is, I did like, to a certain extent, the old folks. And I liked the idea that Yzma used Kronk for his likability instead of his strength. Like, that's why she needed him. But I hated everything about this story.
The second story is just nothing. It is nothing. It takes a throwaway joke at the end of the first movie and drags it on. A joke that in the first movie wasn't even that funny.
Yeah.
Drags it on for 30 minutes.
Okay, so let's go over this. So I have written here, either this movie or I have lost the plot completely. Why?
It's definitely the movie.
Why is there a Mesoamerican Mary Poppins as Kronk's love interest?
She has a British accent for no reason.
I know. She's supposed to be Mesoamerican, like everybody else.
Like everybody else has American accents?
Right, and hers is British, I guess, so she sounds tough on the kids.
I think because
they're like strict.
Pompous.
It's terrible. I hate it. Here's what I think. I was thinking about this. I think that the people who wrote this thought that making somebody exactly like Kronk, but more stiff and more uptight, was making a foil to him. And that's not what was happening. Because Kronk's entire purpose, I've said this like 4 times already, is to be a foil.
That what they needed to do was create a character that could bounce off of Kronk.
Yes, that'd be great. Maybe if they were sold on doing this stupid Boy Scout, Cub Scout thing, maybe a kid who's like fucking mean. Or maybe not mean. I don't know how to make a good anti-Kronk character, you know? I'm not saying it's easy, but I think it would have to be something with the kids to make it a decent story. Because they don't focus on the kids here to the point where they leave their kids alone to have a creepy, like, sex dancing baking scene.
Yeah, that entire scene, like, as I was watching it, my entire thought was, is this all a metaphor for the fact that they put bread in an oven and then just did the dirty do?
Baked it, man. They baked that bread. There's a scene where they're rolling the bread together and he is behind her and it looks like he's thrusting and it's not okay.
It's because they're dancing.
Okay.
Quote dancing.
But that's creepy as hell.
And
also,
that musical
the
number,
dance scene goes on for like 15 minutes, I swear to God.
It lasts for so long, and in it they parody like almost every disco music video you can
40
think
other
of.
movies. Yeah, there's no reason for
no reason.
But
you know what I was thinking about the entire time I was watching it?
I mean, no, I was just thinking, kill me.
The entire time I watched this scene, my thought was, I really wish I was watching an extremely goofy movie right now.
I mean, we'll get there. That's got to be a direct-to-video, right? Extremely goofy movie?
I mean, it is, but I think, but the Goofy movie was also direct-to-video.
Oh, was it? Those are separate episodes.
we can watch the first one and have a whole episode on it.
Oh, that'll be good, because that's just a goofy movie.
It's a feel-good movie about what it means to be a single dad.
Yes. But we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves because I had other notes about this stupid storyline.
It is exhausting.
So here's the thing. There's a whole competition that Kronk has won every year. And now there are these other kids who are just as good. So they're going all out, right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. They're the only troops. So has Kronk won unopposed? Because that's not really winning. That's just like going for swims and stuff.
Not only that, but like Kronk can't have been doing this for that long.
Yeah, because the baby's still a baby.
It's a half old. That baby's a half old.
This is impossible. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
This timeline is broken and fractured.
Kronk's
got a
no possible
DeLorean.
way.
Kuzco's got a time turner. Yzma's got, what's Yzma got?
I don't know.
A TARDIS? Yzma's got a TARDIS.
I want to give her, I guess TARDIS are not inherently good, so yeah, sure.
I was trying to think of an evil one, but I don't know. Maybe like the time machine from, The Time Machine would be a good one, because that's kind of clunky and kind of evil looking. Like, got
it's
a big
pretty
drill.
sinister.
So here's the thing. There's a line that I don't really remember, but I wrote it down for a reason. It must be that this stupid Mary Poppins chick tells her kids to like give a big smile or something. And I wrote down, never trust anyone who tells you to smile unless you're taking a picture. Because the creepiest, worst thing you can say to a kid is, oh, you should smile. Smile more.
It's honestly the creepiest thing you can say. It's one of the creepiest things you could say to a person.
It is one of the creepiest things you say to a person. Me, as an adult male, I feel like I could handle it by saying a good fuck you. If you say it to a woman, it's probably sexual harassment. Because, like, just don't, like, if somebody's not smiling, big fucking whoop, dude. They're not there for you to look at.
It.
Yeah. Okay, so I wrote that there's a lot of, this must be right before the baking scene where I wrote this down, because this is when it's most prevalent. There's low drama in this movie, which I define as extremely mundane situations that are treated as epically important.
Yes. Well, like, the whole premise of this movie is that Kronk wants his dad to give him a thumbs up.
A thumbs up. Like, who cares?
Fucking, like, not even
Kronk.
Not the words, I'm proud of you, son. Not
like a hug, because he clearly hasn't gotten a hug.
Yeah. Not like, my last will and testament, all of my things go to you because you're my son. Not, you're the best son I have. Not, your other brothers are dead. Like, nothing. What he wants from his dad is a thumbs up. Something that you can get by accident. Like,
yeah, you say, hey dad, how's that steak? And he's eating, so he's not gonna say anything. He's just, yep, good steak.
Thumbs up, and then fuck, you're done. I've achieved my last goal.
All he needed to do, he's a fucking cook. He could have just cooked him a goddamn steak.
And been like, hey dad, how's that steak?
5 minutes long.
This movie could have been, that was the big thing I was thinking about the entire time I was watching this film, is this entire movie did not have to exist. If anything, this movie makes Kronk an unlikable person.
It genuinely does. And I'm about to get to the point where I started to hate him. But first, so there's a scene where he writes to his dad about getting a girlfriend, and he says they're going to take it slow, and then he writes out how he's going to marry her. And I know it's just
a lot of kids.
I know it's just a popular thing in, like, media to do the whole Jewish stomping on the glass thing. And usually, especially in this universe, I don't mind that they put in, like, stuff that would not fit. But after our British, Mesoamerican love interest, the fact that Kronk is apparently Mesoamerican Jewish somehow really got to me.
Yeah.
It's just not possible.
So Kronk and Miss Birdwell, that's her name, by the way. She doesn't even have a Mesoamerican name. Like, they didn't even fucking try.
No, she doesn't. She has a name that sounds like it came from the wild thornberries.
Like, she sounds like fucking a substitute teacher for a Magic School Bus. Like, who gives a shit about this character? Literally nobody. Like, the reason that they decide to sexually bake bread together is because they both realize we've gotten too into this competition. Our kids are unhappy, so we should try to cheer them up. Kronk gave the worst, like, he literally said the worst things you can say to a child in the heat of competition. Which are the words, do whatever you can to win.
No, it says do whatever it takes to win. But
sorry, do whatever it takes to win.
Do whatever it takes to win. Do whatever it takes to win, while not a great thing to say, can definitely be taken to mean give 110%. My issue is not with Kronk there. My issue is when that kid's being a little shit and he's being yelled at by Miss British Face, who is this kid's caretaker right now. He should know that a child needs to be disciplined when they do something bad, because otherwise they will not associate that misconduct with negative emotion, and they have a higher chance of becoming like fucking Cusco. And he should know this because he takes care of children all the time. He goes up and he jumps on that grenade for no reason. There are no stakes involved. All that's happening is a kid is getting yelled at.
Because those kids could have died.
Yeah, but
like they were fucking twirling bamboo, which doesn't exist in the Americas, by the way.
But that's actually the other thing. I don't know a lot about cheerleading competitions. In cheerleading competitions, do you have to put powder on your hands?
It's used to kind of get yourself a bit more grip.
Yeah, I know it happens in gymnastics when they have to, do weird shit on poles and stuff. But I just never imagined holding onto somebody's shoes would do the same thing.
I don't know. And I mean, they were holding onto those weird bamboo poles.
Yeah, I guess. Weird bamboo poles, which, yes, again, did not exist. And there's no parallel to them in the Americas, so this is ridiculous.
And here's my biggest thing is, like, he incidentally encourages this child to cheat. Oh, but another thing to note, the child who cheats is Pacha's son. So not just some child.
Right.
One of his best friend's children.
Yes. And also, this is a kid who I liked in the last movie, and in this movie is apparently just bafflingly
Yzma
crazy.
In the making.
Yeah.
Like, he gets his own Yzma plan animated diagram.
Oh yeah, and the reason he was found out is because he used a callback joke that there was no reason to call back to because it wasn't a good joke.
Yeah, it wasn't even particularly funny. What Kronk should have done was, if anything, if the way you frame this scene so that Kronk both has to confront Miss Birdwell in a way that makes her unhappy while still being a good caretaker, is to have Miss Birdwell lay into the kid a bit too hard. But you can't do that because apparently this is a Disney Channel original fucking movie.
Well, that would be good if she laid him too hard and got like really in his face and like maybe he started crying, like real gasping crying, and then Kronk maybe gets protected and was like, whoa, stop.
Like, yes, what he did was bad, and yes, he needs to be punished, but this is taking it too far.
Exactly. But the thing is, nothing in this whole story was handled well. Once again, there were elements of the last story that I kind of liked, that I could have seen being an okay story. And this one,
Definitely.
there was nothing redeemable about it. It was just bad. So, in the next scene, Kronk's dad shows up. They get into a wacky sitcom scenario where he's pretending that Chicha is his wife. Pacha's kids are his kids, and Pacha, through a misunderstanding, has dressed up as his mother-in-law.
That Kronk's dad then creepily starts hitting on immediately. That is not cool.
But first, he almost gives Kronk a thumbs up, and they started playing the Lion King music, and I was so fucking mad that was funny. I was like, how dare they make me think that was funny? Like,
how dare they finally make a good joke in this shit-ass movie?
To the Lion King. I was pissed.
I can understand that. Heavily. I was so tired watching this whole movie.
Oh, definitely.
That's
what got to me. I got tired.
It's so boring. It's cringy.
Yeah, especially the weird dance sex scene.
This is one of the more problematic movies.
And then and then at the end, Kronk realizes that no, he wouldn't trade all of his friends for everything in the world. So,
including a thumbs up.
And so then his dad gives him a thumbs up, which is like the fucking least you could do, yo. Like, what was he gonna do? Just leave? No. Like, he doesn't want to break ties with his son.
Also, apparently... A
surly old guy, apparently.
Yeah. So there's a plot hole in this film.
Is there now?
Yes, there is.
Because
a really big one.
We already discovered time travel.
Pacha's son realizes what he must do.
Goes and runs off and finds Miss British Lady. And we're never sure how that happened.
He goes and runs off, and he comes back. 2 kids in a suit style, dressed up as Pacha's wife.
Oh, yeah. And then comes back with the British lady. That's weird.
And also comes back with the British lady.
Do you know what this is, right? It's time travel, Andy.
It's more time travel.
That's why she's not mad at him still. Because he went back to before she got mad.
He was there while they were doing the creepy sex dance.
I hated that sex dance. And then what else happens? Then the movie finishes in a musical dance scene.
In another dance scene, like the 5th one in this
which I was
movie.
real disappointed by. I think that's it.
Yeah. Well, no. Also, Kronk's dad and his manager are together now, I think.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Yeah.
a thing that the movie just said, kind of like, we fucked up this entire baseball game. We might as well slide directly into the dugout because we don't have any standards anymore. Like,
Did you just make that up, or is that something people say?
huh? No, I just made that up. I don't think that's anything people say.
Okay, when we get popular, it's going on a shirt. I enjoy that a lot. Okay.
Yeah, like, it's like, this movie made me retroactively like Pocahontas 2.
You know what? That's what Peter Pan did. A lot of stuff is making me retroactively like Pocahontas 2 more.
Like, it's not that bad.
Right. Pocahontas 2 had effort put behind it. Was it a good movie? Not really.
You know what? You know what the thing is? Lion King 2 and Pocahontas 2, they believed that they were making a full sequel to these movies.
They were trying. They were going for it.
Kronk's New Groove doesn't even give a shit.
No, it doesn't. That's the main issue. That it just... Ugh.
Cusco and Drag was nice, though. That was funny.
All callbacks. Yes, that's the thing. If they had put Cusco in it, I honestly think they could have saved the movie. Because we needed some, like, snarky asshole.
David Spade was there. He wanted to do it.
Yeah, do you know how easy it is to get David Spade for your movie?
Yeah, like, what's he doing? Joe Dirt 2?
I think I could get David Spade for a movie. Like, I don't even think it would be that hard. I'm not saying he has low standards. I'm just saying he's up for it.
Yeah, like, I think if he thinks it's a fun project, he would totally be down. You know what this movie should have been called? Kronk's Old Groove, because the whole point of the movie is that Kronk doesn't change.
Actually, you're right, because it's about staying true to your groove, as they say about 1,000,000 times. But yeah, he doesn't go through any big change, which is the biggest sort of disappointment in the movie, because you can't really have a movie without change. I guess you can say he went through a change because he learned a lesson, but it's not the same thing.
Yeah, he learned that his dad's thumbs ups are not worth that much, but then his dad gives him a thumbs up and he freaks out about it anyway because he cheated. He's like fucking Ash Ketchum. He didn't even like beat the gym leader, but he got a badge anyway.
Do you know how pissed I was that Ash Ketchum went through all that bullshit and then didn't even beat the Elite Four when I was a little kid?
I think everyone.
I was like,
everyone.
What the hell is the point of this? Why am I on this journey? I was not aware at this time that I could buy a game and beat the Elite Four myself.
Those questions that you just asked. Why am I on this journey? What is the point of this? That is Kronk's New Groove.
Yep, that's it.
This movie did not need to exist.
Do we want to go into our feelings about the movie, or do you think we've made it abundantly clear?
I think we've made it abundantly clear. This was, and I think also, this was our 2 minutes. Yeah, this movie was pretty bad. End of episode.
We did manage to speak for about an hour about Kronk's New Groove, which is a little bit less than we spoke for Emperor's New Groove. But you know what? I think it's okay that we built this particular episode that way, because this was just so bad that we weren't going to get a full one out of just talking about the sequel.
No, God, no, definitely not. This was the roughest ride.
This was a bad one.
Yeah.
And I know I said this in the last podcast, and possibly the one before it, but I said that Return to Neverland had heart, and Kronk's New Groove doesn't.
It had. I got it here.
Yeah.
Let me turn this into a tagline, right? A hashtag. Because all of the movies before Kronk's New Groove had heart, but Kronk's New Groove had fart. Hashtag fart.
Hashtag. Okay, great. I'll have to remember that when I'm tweeting about it later.
Definitely.
Hashtag fart. Hashtag best boat scene.
I've been your host, Andres Reyes.
And I have been your other host, Tony Robusto.
And join us next week for The Fox and the Hound 2.
One more thing. Not yet. Let me just say that you can find us, we should say, you can find me on Twitter at TheaterBats. That's TheaterBats.
And you can find me at Royalty Valens. That's royalty_Valens, because the underscore is important. I want to know what happened to that cow, though. Like, since I was a child, I've just like, did he like go home to his wife and just have to be like, honey, I'm a cow now. And I know it's going to be hard. But we have to make this work.
A cow's still pretty big. He could still guard.
I don't know. I think maybe he wanted to go home because he had to rethink his life. It's one of like the most baffling scenes in the movie because it's a throwaway joke, and I think about it every time I see this movie. Like, what happened to that cow?
I love that you think about it. It's insane that you think about it, but I do love it.